It's not the summer yet, but we are shaping up for one of those summers, and it's a special thing in this city when we have a summer like this, where your baseball team's infectious, where people can't get enough. You got a 6-game homestand that starts tonight. Tarek Skubal on the mound against the Texas Rangers. Good starting pitching matchups all weekend long. And the baseball team has surprised us.
Stunningly.
By everybody's expectations. Even the most optimistic Tigers fans didn't say they'd have the best record in baseball this point in the season.
No, you thought last year was just this, ridiculous ending, and, it was great. It
Lightning
was fun.
in a bottle. Yeah, red hot.
You never thought it was going to continue, and it has continued.
And some. They have the best run differential in baseball. They are plus 83, which is significantly better than everybody else. Helps when you play the Rockies, but they didn't slightly beat the Rockies. They didn't gently win a 3-2 ball game. They hammered them.
Everybody has to play the Rockies, and the Dodgers and Padres and Giants, good teams, they have to play the Rockies 13 times.
And the Rockies may lose 130 ball games.
Right. And the Tigers do have to play the White Sox 13.
Yeah, but I think the Rockies are the worst team in baseball.
Yes.
Borderline minor league ball club.
They could be flirting with the all-time record.
Yeah,
which was broken last year.
May stand for all of 1 year.
Yes.
I don't care. I mean, people bring up, you guys shouldn't get too excited. They beat the Rockies. Okay, when are we allowed to be excited about the baseball team? I got to wait till they win the World Series. I think everybody is excited about this baseball team. And Stoney, the pitching was a given. The surprises have been what we've seen from Torkelson, what we've seen from Baez, and both of them are in the markets, the favorites to win AL Comeback Player of the Year.
Right.
So actually, I think what would be fun to do here is if we could play a stock market game. There you go. The markets are open this morning. 3 Tigers find themselves among the favorites to win AL Comeback Player of the Year. They are Spencer Torkelson, Javy Baez, and Casey Mize. The question is simple, Stoney, and to everybody out there listening. Buy, sell, hold. One of each. 248-539-9797. These guys have all been great stories. You can buy one, you can hold one, and you got to sell one.
For me, the buying one is the easier of the 3 for me.
Okay.
And that's Casey Mize. I trust him. I think he, barring injury, of course, to any of them, but I just think he's got it together. He's every game seems to be he's pitching really, really well. My hold, wow, that's a tough one. My hold would be Javy Baez, believe it or not, because he's doing it both offensively and defensively. And not that Torque isn't. I see Torque, and I'd fine if it happens. But if I have to make a decision, market's
going to close.
Figuratively, gun is to my head. I'm selling Torque because his batting average is slowly dipping a little bit. His production, power is still there, but I don't trust it as much. That's mine.
Damn, Stoney gave up on Torkelson.
I had to give up on one of them.
Just giving you a hard time. I know. 248-539-9797. That is the challenge. Buy, sell, hold. Torque, Mize, Baez, Baez. Yeah. Harvey. I guess if you're selling, he's Harvey.
Yes.
My crack at it. I'd buy Casey Mize.
Yep.
The swing and miss stuff is real. This is not a number 4, number 5 ground ball pitcher who's just, nibbling.
Right. To me, that was easy.
97 on the gun with a splitter that is as unhittable as any pitch in baseball. That's a number 2 on this staff, which is a statement. This is a hell of a staff. Mm-hmm. With Fetter, I feel like it's sustainable. They've unlocked something. He's got a stronger lower body. He's figured out the harder splitter. Mize is the buy.
The other ones are hard.
I'm gonna hold Torkelson.
Okay.
And here's why. I think the power is here, even though the average has started to dip a little bit. The doubles and the homers are still there. A young enough player where I think this could be who he is, right? He's gone through the adversity, and this is who he is. And I'll sell Baez. And the thought is you got to sell high. His on-base percentage is .355, which is the career best. Do I think he's suddenly tapped into a completely different level of player in his 30s? No, he's the guy most likely to regress.
I get that. But Torkelson is, if you're okay with him being Rob Deere, basically, and his average probably will even be worse. But yeah, look, it's not an easy one.
If Tork gives him 35 homers, but only hits, 230, 235, I take it.
Sign me up. Okay.
I don't know that Baez is going to have an OPS over 330.
Probably not.
I think that would be a career high for him. It's 350. Anyway, behind the glass, you guys can weigh in. We'll take some phone calls and ticket texts. Buy, sell, hold. Mize.
No, on base percentage, you said OPS over 330. If there's OPS over 330.
You knew what I meant. Thank you for correcting before I get attacked on the ticket text. Yes. Tom, go ahead.
Mine are the same order as yours. Mize is the buy because Mize can be the number 2 in the playoffs. And I have some Jack Flaherty concerns right now.
Do you?
Yeah, and especially against good lineups, and that's what they're going to face in the playoffs. So the ceiling, taking Casey Mize, who I didn't know would be able to pitch again, at least or stay on the team this year going in, is your number 2 in the playoffs? Yes, bye. Torque is in the middle, and here's why. So extra base hit leaders in MLB, he's in the top 9.
Wow.
These names are Bregman, Judge, Alonso, Carroll, Ohtani, Witt.
Who's the first guy?
Bregman.
It's a good company to be in.
They didn't get him.
I know.
And he's doing extra base hit-wise what they wanted to get Bregman for. That's why. And you hate to omit Baez out of this because defensively, we don't know if Meadows is going to be okay. We don't know if Vierling's going to be okay. So I think this is here to stay to a degree with him. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, of all 3 of these, I marvel that Javi's helping this team. I was adamant. I almost was like, going into this season, I wanted nothing to do with the Tigers if they didn't buy him out. That's where I was.
We had some very passionate discussions at the end of last season, and the consensus was, with really no objection, Javi can't be on this team.
Correct.
Can't be. It would be an insult to the fans. You're going to pay him either way. Get him off the team.
Right. Well, I made the analogy about poop. And the other thing is, everybody said at the end of the season, it wasn't just us, it was fans, it was other shows, you have to prove you're a serious franchise and get rid of him.
Look, you want to offer money to Bregman? Fine. Throw money at Javi and make him go away. This is a real conversation.
Yes.
The conversation's over.
Yeah. And when Scott Harris said, well, we're going to bring him back to Lakeland, see what he can do with the injury. You're just being nice and all that stuff.
Scott, what do you know?
Right. And, Scott Harris so far has proved to be right.
Are we counting this for Scott Harris? I just paused on that. That hit me. Are we counting that?
Well, I think he deserves. He could have said goodbye.
Could he have?
I don't know.
That's why I don't know.
Yeah,
that's why I don't know. I mean, it may have been a situation where I got no choice.
Right.
What the hell? I may as well see. And then the injuries opened up an opportunity for him to play more. And to Javi's credit, like, I give a lot of credit to the individual players here.
Right.
Javi Baez could have sulked. He could have pouted. He could have said, I'm getting my money either way. I'm not moving off my position. Like, he could be like Devers.
Right.
I'm not getting moved around the diamond. Then I'm going to struggle and I'm going to look bad. I'm not doing it. Javi hasn't.
No.
Torkelson, hey, we're making you play the outfield. We've signed someone and we're going to bump someone over to your position. And for Casey Mize, it looked like his career's on life. Remember, he was squabbling with the organization over for MLB standards, a small amount of money.
Correct.
It really felt like all these guys were on the outs. And now there's 3 key cogs in why the Tigers are the best team record-wise in all of baseball. 248-539-9797. We'll take some ticket texts on all 3 of them.
Look, I think Mize is the no-brainer, and at least the 3 people here have agreed on that. The Torque, I understand why you'd want to hold Torque. It comes across crazy that I would trust Baez more than I would trust Torque. I don't know. Because I think he can do more because he's so good defensively right now. And
you could say he's currently more valuable than Torque because of that.
Right.
But again, you're forecasting out the next 60 days.
I don't know. Is Meadows? Really? I remember I was with Gator. We did, bold ass predictions for the beginning of the season. One of mine was that Javi was going to hit 20 home runs, and then Meadows wouldn't be back till after the All-Star break, if that. And I'm still not convinced Parker Meadows is going to be playing before the All-Star break.
I'm not either. we keep saying they're going to get healthy, and I've really tried to hone in on the Vierling part of that because the Meadows stuff, I don't know.
Right.
It's not a normal injury where you say it's got a timetable, a normal 6 to 8 week recovery or whatever it would be. It's a nerve that has to wake up. And when is it going to wake up? I don't know. Shoulder shrug. Like if you're the doctor, that's your diagnosis. Shoulder shrug. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we figure it out.
Yeah.
And then he'll still have to ramp up and contribute. So I'm not. I think the earliest we thought was late May, guys. That's the end of this month. That doesn't feel like it's right around the corner for Parker.
So I think that we're all in lockstep with Mize.
Mm-hmm.
And the Tork Baez debate, the way this gets settled long term is Tork keep hitting the doubles.
Yeah.
Because I think the homers are going to stay. But does he become, Rob Deere and Adam Dunn and drop down to 200, 190 and lose the doubles? And he just, because he's, I do think as a hitter, there's a fine line to driving the ball and trying to hit home runs. And he can't fall in that trap.
Who's more likely to turn into a swinging, spinning top in the batter's box?
Baez.
Yeah.
Not Baez.
Right, Baez, not Baez.
Historically correct, but this is part of the thing about Javy Javier that I really like is that even though he does strike out, he's still striking out, but he's not striking out at crap.
The ugly stuff in the other batter's box. Yeah. It's few and far between.
Sometimes there's a bad swing, but it's usually not on strike 3.
He's working more counts.
Yeah.
He's had more productive at-bats, if you want to nerd out about it. I think if you're watching, you're seeing signs of plate maturity, plate discipline that he hasn't had. But I would default to, you don't you don't change, like old dog, new tricks. When you're 32 years old, are you going to completely remake that and have it sustained for 162? Look, I'm grateful that he's contributing. And I'm grateful that we're not having the conversation about buying him out and grumbling about him. But.
So if I would have presented this topic like in February to you, and I said this is seriously something we're going to do 3 months from now, I want you to put the odds on that happening.
Oh,
it's tiny.
It's 20,000 to 1.
Yeah. This is incredible.
What would you have said in January or February? This is a question. You can only keep one.
Wow.
Old one.
Well, it would be sell Javy. No doubt.
Yep.
And I think I would have still said keep Mize.
Because of the pitching? Because you have a good pitching coach? You feel like you could unlock more there?
Right, yeah. I think you consider like Tork a penny stock.
Yeah, it'd be holding because what am I going to do? I'm going to see what happens.
Javy'd be more like Enron.
Oh, God.
Right? Yeah. That's not exaggerating.
No, he was radioactive. Okay, we got some thoughts from you guys. We'll get to them next. It's 97.1.